Coming up on OU Nightly, first, a Saturday night injury, then even worse news for an OU wide receiver. Plus, a mass shooting at a college homecoming. We have the details. And 1 week later, the problem still facing Oklahoma tornado victims. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Spencer Plato.
And I'm Darby McCormick. We begin tonight with some heartbreaking news about OU football receiver Deion Burks. After missing 5 games due to injury, Burks suffered a big hit late in the Missouri game, causing him to exit the field. But he received even worse news after the game, as his parents' home burnt down that night. He uploaded a photo to his Instagram story last night of the damage. Brent Venables gave the sad update on his post-game coaches show.
We'll see about Deion. Took a great shot. Found out his parents' home was burned down here tonight as well. Just real tragic. But so our prayers are out to him and his family. And
now there have been no updates today regarding Burks' injury or his family's home.
Definitely some difficult news to share. But it's a beautiful day here in Norman. We finally have some sunshine.
Let's head over to OU Nightly meteorologist Garrett Tarver. Garrett, how long will the sunshine stay?
Well, at least the next week or so. We do have a slight chance of some rain moving into Wednesday, but the temperatures outside starting to crank up. 70s across the metro, 74 in Norman. Same thing across the state, except for we've got some snowpack up in the Panhandle that's keeping those temperatures pretty down. But for the rest of us, we're going to continue to see these warmer temperatures. Climate Prediction Center has us as above average, so we'll hit more on that, as well as some cool morning lows and those rain chances coming up. Darby, Spencer?
Thank you, Garrett. A neighborhood in southwest Oklahoma City is still cleaning up after a tornado hit more than a week ago. OU Nightly was on scene last Monday telling the stories of those who lost nearly everything. Our reporter Olivia Hayes joins us live after going back today to speak with those helping in the area. Olivia?
Yes, Spencer, Darby, like this house behind me and many others around it, it's still a pretty big mess out here, and it's going to take a long time to pick up all the pieces. The good news is there's plenty of people on site lending a helping hand.
We're going to be out here until it's cleaned up and people are back to normal.
As the cleanup continues, so do the problems.
We've been out here trying to eliminate the low tires or the flat tires from all the debris so people don't have as many headaches to come out to.
From the flat tires to the claims process.
Assessing damages and working with them through their insurance claim needs and what the complexity of the work is going to take.
With each passing day, the need for their help gets stronger. How many people have you serviced, if you could give like a general number that you think?
20 or 30 today alone.
And the road to recovery in this neighborhood is a long one.
So when we're making entry into the attics, we're seeing busted rafters, we're seeing a lot more detailed construction work that it's going to take. We're having to remove the entire top of the homes and reframe the pitch of the roof. And so it's going to take a little bit more.
One Oklahoma business saying the best thing people can do is be alert.
Whoever is in front of them offering that service, within 5 minutes, they should be able to show Facebook posts. They should be able to link a phone call to an office. They should be able to link an email to a correspondence to give them clarity.
And Oklahoma's Attorney General says he wants to hear from any tornado victims who think they may have come into contact with a company trying to scam them. You can call the number on the bottom of your screen to find out if a company that you're working with has a complaint filed against them or if you wish to file one of your own. Reporting live in Oklahoma City, Olivia Hayes, OU Nightly.
Thank you, Olivia. Oklahoma City has scheduled storm debris collection to begin November 18th and expects it to be complete by December 21st.
Today is Veterans Day, a day to honor those who served in our country and a day to remember them. The day began as a celebration of World War I and is now a day of recognition for all U.S. veterans of all wars and those serving. President Biden spoke today, ensuring all those who served and are serving are honored.
For all the military families, to all those with a loved one still missing or unaccounted for, to all Americans grieving the loss of a loved one who wore the uniform, Jill and I want you to know we see you, we thank you, and we'll never stop working to meet our sacred obligation to you and your families.
There have been parades all across the country to honor the day.
And Tuskegee University in Alabama is still in mourning today after homecoming weekend celebrations turned to fatal tragedy. Officials say an 18-year-old is dead and at least 16 people are injured after someone opened fire at the historically black school in Alabama. CNN's Amy Kiley has more.
One popped up right in front of us. There was multiple gunshots.
At least one person is dead and 16 are injured after a mass shooting at Tuskegee University yesterday.
At that point, I just remember, get down and run.
Witnesses say it happened during the HBCU's homecoming weekend.
All of a sudden, people are pushing and shoving. And I didn't think nothing of it because it's like a crowded environment. People are trying to get through. But instead of it being like one person pushing and shoving, the entire crowd shifted.
Officials say a suspect arrested in connection with the incident is charged with possession of a machine gun. They say he was caught leaving the scene with a converted firearm. The Macon County coroner identifies the person who died as 18-year-old Latavion Johnson. Officials say he wasn't a student. They say the other victims include a dozen people taken to the hospital with gunfire injuries and 4 who got hurt in other ways.
Our hearts are broken, and we're reminded of the importance and the fragility of life.
Even if I didn't get shot firsthand, my life has still been impacted by this.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Classes at Tuskegee University are canceled today, and grief counselors are on hand. It's unclear if the suspect who was arrested has an attorney yet.
President-elect Donald Trump is developing his new administration, announcing key names in his cabinet. OU Nightly's Taryn Ward has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
Spencer, the president-elect names Lee Zeldin as the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency and Elise Stefanik as the U.S. ambassador to the UN. Focus, however, is on Tom Homan, the former acting head of Immigration and Customs Enforcement under Trump's last administration, who returned to an unclear position Trump has called the border czar. Trump says Homan will be in charge of deportation of illegal immigrants as Republicans control the presidency and Senate. It's unclear. The U.S. House of Representatives remains uncalled for the 6th day. About 1 million votes are not yet counted. AP has yet to call 18 seats, largely in races in California. Right now, Republicans are 4 seats away from a majority in the House. This positions the Republican Party to have a unified government for the first time since Trump's last presidency. In Ukraine, President Vladimir Zelensky says Russia has deployed 50,000 troops to the Ukrainian-controlled Russian Kursk region. CNN reports North Korean soldiers are fighting alongside Russian forces. The region was occupied by Ukrainian forces in August as a Ukrainian counterattack. Ukraine says Russian forces were preparing for attacks from the area. Meanwhile, the Pentagon estimates 10,000 North Korean troops are training in Russia. Today, Catherine, Princess of Wales, joined the British royal family in Remembrance Day events. This is her first high-profile event since the end of her cancer treatment. Spencer, Darby.
Thanks, Taryn. When OU Nightly returns, Oklahomans are no stranger to extreme weather.
A new report's findings on the total cost of storm damages.
And the election impacted the country in more ways than one.
How some Americans are getting more bang for their buck at record pace next. $2 trillion is what the International Chamber of Commerce estimates to be the total cost of damage from climate-related extreme weather events. OU Nightly's Abby Hollinsworth is looking into how they got to this number in today's Money Matters.
The $2 trillion price tag is roughly in line with the economic toll of the 2008 global financial crisis. The report from the International Chamber of Commerce assessed nearly 4,000 weather events across 6 continents from 2014 to 2023. It combines both the direct monetary toll from the destruction of homes, businesses, and infrastructure, and the impact of extreme weather on human productivity. The report comes out a week after Donald Trump is re-elected president. He has promised to undo climate regulations in the U.S., including rolling back pollution limits on tailpipes and power plants. In the nation's capital, the Federal Reserve cut interest rates 1/4 point. This is the second rate cut this year. The central bank kept rates at a 2-decade high for a year to rein in inflation before the first rate cut. Inflation has been falling, but not as quickly as estimated. And after Trump's re-election, the 10 richest people got $64 billion richer, according to Bloomberg's Billionaire Index. The biggest gainer, Elon Musk. Bloomberg reports it's the biggest daily increase of wealth it's seen since the index started in 2012. And shoe company Steve Madden says it will cut half the amount of goods it sources from China, hoping to avoid the president-elect's proposed tariffs. Darby Spencer.
Thanks, Abby. The Christmas trees are starting to come up.
Hear how one tree is helping families this holiday season.
The trees are up. Well, the temperatures, they're going to start to go down, but we'll have some rain chances coming up after this break. Well, we saw a ton of rain last week, somewhere up to 7-8 inches in some areas, and now we've stayed dry over the weekend, but we have more rain chances. Take a look at this. We got rain. The Climate Prediction Center has issued an above average. Look at that, right over Oklahoma, just right smack dab over the state. So this is looking into mostly next week, but we do have some rain chances coming up into Wednesday. Not a big chance, 30%, but you know, it's something, and we'll see that rain start to move through Tuesday night. A lot of clouds Tuesday, but by Tuesday morning, those will clear on out. Then the rain Wednesday start to peep up. Now, I think a lot of this, the heavier rain is going to be north of I-40, but we could see some showers down to the south. That will all move out Wednesday afternoon, leaving us clear Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, we could see some more chances moving into Sunday, but we'll continue to watch that as it gets closer. But looking at rain totals, not really a whole lot, maybe 1/10 of an inch in some areas, but mostly just a trace as those showers move on through. And luckily, no severe weather, just going to be a little bit of rain, but it will help cool us down just slightly. We're about 74 today. Those temperatures are going to climb down into the lower to mid 60s on Wednesday and Thursday, but start to climb back up before that next cold front moves through. But if you plan to go out this evening, it's going to be really nice. Starting out in the 60s after sunset, we start to get down into the 50s. Real light wind, mostly clear skies, so it'll be a great night for heading out. And it'll be like that tomorrow too before that rain gets here. Our lows tonight going to be in the 40s for much of us, like 39 up in Guyman. So those temperatures starting to get a little bit more fall-like, a little bit closer to as we get into December. Those highs though still above average, upper 60s. It's going to continue to be in the upper 60s for the next few days as well. Well, the weather question, how many inches of snow is equal to 1 inch of rain? We got 8 inches, 10 inches, 13, or 50. Take your pick. You got 3, 2, 1. All right, you got it? All right, so it's 13 inches. That's on average for all snow in North America, but it's a trick question. We got for dry snow, 50 inches. So we could see up to 50 inches is the equivalent of 1 inch of rain. Now, we aren't going to see snow for a while. Those temperatures are still pretty high up there. 68 on Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll see that chance of rain, 64 degrees through the next couple of days. And then we see those 60s start to creep in. 70 by Sunday. More rain chances, though, starting to get over into Monday. So I wish we had some snow. We don't, but you know what? My grandparents got a ton over the weekend, so I'm living vicariously through them.
Me as well. You know, those chilly temperatures really get me in the holiday spirit. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and Garrett, you got to go talk to the OU Food Pantry about how they're getting into the holiday spirit.
Yes, I did. It was super fun.
Yeah, and the OU Food Pantry is kicking off the holiday season with its first ever angel tree. This little tree is making a big impact on campus. It is set up to make sure families at OU can have something under the tree this year. And according to the food pantry director, it is going pretty well.
Yeah, I think we had about 40 people register for it, which is awesome that we can help in that way.
So where are they?
So yeah, you see behind me, there would be some tags there. Well, they've all been taken right now, which is awesome. We sent out an email to campus this week, and then within hours, gone.
If you want to shop for an angel, there are many other trees in Norman, including one at McFarland United Methodist Church next to Campus Corner. And it wasn't a great weekend for current Sooners on the football field.
No, but the former Sooners did show off in the pros.
That's right, Darby. 2 former OU QBs led their teams to victory. Plus, the Thunder are off to a hot start, tied for first in the West with a striking 8 wins, but one major injury could derail their season. I'll have the details next in sports. Hello, I'm Amy Acevedo, and it's time for sports. The SEC announced today that Oklahoma will kick off against Alabama at 6:30 p.m. next Saturday. It's the first time the two teams have played since 2018. And last Saturday, the Sooners went to Mizzou with hopes of making a bowl game. OU Nightly sports reporter Abby Williams has the story from Columbia.
The Sooners came into this game 5-4, hoping to get that lucrative 6th win that would grant them bowl eligibility. But instead, the Sooners left Missouri with a heartbreaking fourth quarter battle that they ultimately fell short in.
It's not changing now, and that's not real popular for anybody to hear, but and go right back, keep your head down, eyes forward, go back to work.
Billy Bowman's fourth quarter scoop and score was electric for the Sooners, and even with the loss, he's staying optimistic.
Want to win like every single game, so I mean, it means a lot, and this week we felt like we really had an opportunity. But good thing is we got 2 more opportunities. We got a bye week next week, so we'll get well prepared and heal back up.
Now OU heads into their second bye week of the season, looking ahead to Alabama and LSU as their final opponents. Reporting from Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri, Abby Williams, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Abby. Keeping it on the gridiron, I'm going to take you over to Phoenix. The Cards led this one early, 7-3, and former Sooner QB Kyler Murray is going to keep the ball and take it to the house, making it 14-3. Later on in the third, the Cards lead 24-6, and once again, Kyler Murray's going to keep the ball and score. Arizona's going to win this one, 31-6, but flying down to Dallas, the tush push gets the Birds on the scoreboard first in the first, and then later on in the third, Jalen Hurts is going to run the ball into the end zone to make the score 28-6. The Eagles would win this one 34-6. An OKC Thunder power forward Chet Holmgren broke his hip last night against the Warriors. Holmgren is expected to miss 8 to 10 weeks with his injury, according to the Thunder. He's averaged 16.5 points in his first 2 seasons in the NBA. And last night, former Sooner Buddy Hield scored his 10,000th point in the NBA. The Golden State shooting guard was the 6th overall pick in the 2016 draft, the same year he was named to the NBA's All-Rookie First Team. He was also the league's 3-point champion in 2020. And bringing it back to the place Buddy once called home, OU men's basketball will host Northwestern State tonight at 7. Senior forward Jalen Moore is excited to see the team scoring early on in the season.
It's big to see, guys seeing their shots go in, because once we become a threat from the three-point line and teams know we're going to be able to shoot the ball, that spreads the floor out and creates more driving lanes. So I think it was big just to see everybody get their feet wet.
Jenny Baranchek's squad is ranked number 9 in the AP Top 25 poll for Week 1. This is the team's highest ranking since the final rankings in 2009. Spencer, Darby.
Thanks, Amy. Well, with Halloween over, it's now time to get into the holiday spirit.
That's right. And this weekend, there's fun stuff near the OKC River you can attend to, getting into the spirit yourself. More information on that coming up.
I'm Kelsey Speed from the OU Nightly Update Desk. As President-elect Donald Trump prepares for his second term, he's announcing several cabinet picks. There's speculation that Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin could be offered a role. Mullin's team tells OU Nightly President Trump and the senator have not spoken about any positions. During Trump's campaign, Mullin led the Native American outreach. Spencer, Darby.
Thanks, Kelsey. The River Sport Holiday Parade is set to make a return on Saturday at the Oklahoma River with decorative boats, performances, and holiday cheer.
That's right. The event starts at 6 p.m. with a variety of pre-show entertainment. 7 p.m. is when the show goes mobile and heads to the river for skiing at Elves. The parade and most activities are free, though parking at River Sports is $10. And you know, that might get you in the holiday spirit, but this weather is still not holiday-like nonetheless.
Yeah, not too much. We're going to see those temperatures. They're going to be a little bit cooler later this week, but we're going to have the temperatures within the 70s today. We're going to cool off with some rain chances on Wednesday, but then it's going to be clear Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe some rain next week. I like the 60s and maybe the 40s in the morning, but, you know, I'll take it.
I'm just glad the sunshine is finally back. I was tired of the storms and the rain.
Very true.
Well, thank you, Garrett, and thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Spencer Plato.
I'm Darby McCormick. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.